Are you Army? Thank you for your service. That's fantastic. That means a lot to me. I'm civilian. What's your name? Superfinger Jessica? That's your legal name? Could you please provide an ID for me, Superfinger Jessica? Who's that, Jessica? Jessica, is that a friend of yours back there? But you would like to be friends. Who's with Jessica? Anybody over here claim Jessica? Who the fuck are you? Hey, Dallas, what the fuck's going on in here? It sounds so coordinated. Jessica, Army, Jessica, Jessica! Do you know her? You just wanted to be a part of it. You met her at 5:15? Why do you know the time? Were you in a deposition together with fucking Superfinger Jessica? At 5:15, we swore an oath. Nice to meet you, Jessicas. Anybody not a Jessica? Oh. The only thing that would have been better than that reaction is if nothing happened when I asked that.
Houston, Texas, make some noise! This is your boy Dane Cook. I got you right now. You guys ready for a fucking go?
Yeah, what do you keep showing me? What is this fucking thing you keep showing me? What is it? Why are you showing me your purse? I'm not TSA. You keep showing me your purse. It's a what? It's a giraffe. She goes, it's a giraffe. I'm sorry, did it say on the tickets, bring a giraffe purse tonight? I don't understand what the symbolism is of the giraffe.
I really don't know where to go from here.
I know where you need to go. We'll go to a fucking AA meeting. Right from here. Holy shit. I don't speak slur. I am back in Houston. Great people, and everyone's welcome.
I do stand-up comedy.
You do.
What's some advice you give a young comedian?
Where are you performing? What are you getting on stage a bunch? What's up?
Kill Tony.
You've done Kill Tony.
3
The
times.
HEB Center.
You're very, very new. So that, not even being thrown to the wolves, that's like something outlandish to do that. You know, the reality is, once all that stuff settles, you know, what you really want to be doing is getting on stage anywhere where it doesn't matter how many people are there. You know, somewhere on the road, somewhere where you're not feeling the pressure, somewhere where you can just kind of go up and try stuff. I'll be honest, there's no advice to give another comedian. There's really no advice. You know what's funny. I'm not going to tell you how to be funny or what I think is funny. Even if I see you be funny, I shouldn't go, only do that. Because you're going to go on this journey that's unusual and not like mine or anybody's. But what I will tell you is, the closer you are to the truth of the things you really think are funny and not what you think the crowd is going to think is funny, is the closer you'll get to being somebody successful. All right. So I'm on like the road all through the 90s. I'm building up a pretty good college following. I'm not hitting that mainstream groove. But I was coming to Houston. I was playing a place called The Laugh Stop that had an in-house recording system. And I thought, you know what? I'm gonna bring a bunch of blank tapes down. I'm gonna have the club allow me to record. And I'm gonna go and see if I can cut a comedy album. And maybe that'll be a calling card. And I remember walking around that day before the first day of recording. I was like, this gotta work. I need something. I need that calling card. I need something that's going to, you know, that people can give to each other and get the word out. I went into the club that night, recorded the 2 shows. I think I had 2 shows on the first Thursday night. I went back to my hotel room. I didn't need to listen back. I already knew I'm gonna create something with this set that's in the never been done before business. And I looked in the mirror and I go, I'm in the never been done before business. I sold the album out of my trunk for a lot of years. I sold it like online. I was my own fulfillment center. I was putting them in cardboard boxes, getting paper cuts all the time, shipping them out to people before Comedy Central came and offered me a record deal in which they said in their first meeting, and I quote, "The comedy album is dead. Do not expect to even sell 7,000 copies of this this is just a business card. But I knew that my album had already been selling out of my trunk or at the comedy club, you know, with 1,000 people waiting in line who'd just seen the show, and 1,000 people wanted that for $20 signed. I'm already predicting that I'm going to make a comedy album that will move the needle. And then by the time it got to Comedy Central Records offering me that first deal, I was like, they have no idea the volcano that's brewing and about to explode, because I've been out on the road. And now I've got these tapes and I'm like protecting them because I know that I have captured lightning in a bottle. I captured lightning and then lightning and then lightning in a few different bottles. And I went back to LA like, oh my gosh, this is something. And there was a kid that worked at the Laugh Factory, and he worked at a radio station called Premier Radio. I was like, any chance you could cut these together? He's like, yeah. So I would go over with this kid. We'd sneak into Premier Radio on weekends, and Saturdays and Sundays we would go in for a couple of weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, went in there, and we were putting the album together. And on the original version, if you look at the back, like I'm doodling the entire time the set list. So I'm drawing the track list. He's editing and we're going back and forth, and let's use the first half of the first bit, night 3, and then can we use the middle of Thursday night? It's kind of a nice sentimental moment. And then let's use the punchline from Saturday, but the button from the first show and the tagline from the third show. For example, I said the F word a lot. I was like dropping F-bombs way more than I realized. Once I listened to the sets, I was like, man, I'm saying fuck a lot. But imagine this, now we're cobbling together different nights to make one megabit where I've said the F-bomb in different places because I don't always say it in the same place. Now it's like, Evan. And I was like head in hands. I was like, oh no, this isn't gonna work. It was actually in that moment too that I changed my style of comedy, and I realized I need to learn more vernacular because I need to paint better verbal pictures. And I'm not gonna do that with garden variety F-bombs dropping every third description. So it was a learning moment, but then the miracle came when I said to my editor, can we cut even in the middle of a sentence where I'm like, you guys, you've been to this, and then I'm saying FN, and I said, can we clip that? Take some light ambiance laughter from a place where there's no talking for a moment. Every once in a while you just stop, you deliver something, and then you hear people go, and then you hear glasses, things clanking, and you hear like, somebody. I said, okay, grab a little bit of that. We cut a little piece out, we laid it under, took the F-bomb out, fluid. We cut out 47 fucks, 47. And to this day, I don't know where we took them out. You can't tell. There's not one single part of that album that you can listen to and know, not even just like in the rhythm of what I did. For whatever reason, wherever I said it was not a part of the metronome of the joke. The album was gonna be called Brace for Impact. From the beginning, that's it. I'm gonna hit the scene. Boom, Dane Cook, Brace for Impact. And I go into the restroom and I'm taking a leak, and I'm staring at a bunch of solvents that are on the shelf in the bathroom, and one of them's turned, and on the back of it, harmful if swallowed. And I went, that's it. I walked back in, I go, I got it, changing the title, harmful if swallowed. That's it. Left there that day and was like, okay, and now I gotta get this everywhere. That album was everywhere. So when Comedy Central said, we're only gonna sell this many copies, I called my attorney. I said, they want to offer me a 3-album deal, but this is how much they want to give me per album. And I said, I'm going to sell 100,000 of these, and they think I'm going to sell 7. And so she was like, let's bake into the deal that if I hit 75,000 units sold, we'll have them bump it up from like $1.50 to like $4.75, something that nobody would get, and that'll double for each album. I said we should add a 4th one option for us. We can also option a 4th comedy. They were not prepared, man. 82,000 copies sold first week. We were well over like 120 or 130,000 by week 2, week 3. We were gold in a minute. Comedy Central was not happy. They were like, no. They were. Yeah, they thought the comedy album was dead. They even said it doesn't work anymore like it used to. And I actually probably shared with them in the meeting, I said, that's because nobody's taking great care in creating something that you want to actually sit and look at. Let me say this, you own your failures so that you can proudly tout your successes. And I changed the history books. Let's not talk about the failure. Let's just tout. I went back a year later, I played the Laugh Stop, was like, you guys really helped put me on the map. in a way that I'd hoped. I sort of anticipated, but you don't know till you know, and I knew. But here's the wild part, the success of the album. Come here. I came back and sold that place out. You're gonna want to see this.
What's up, man? How's it going?
Good, man. Good day. Houston was great last night. You know, here we are off to Austin, halfway point on the tour.
How do you feel about that?
I feel good. We're in a groove, man. We're in a groove. I feel like the word is out. The crowds are, you know, better and better. I just think that as we're looking toward, you know, Thanksgiving coming up, and then one more month in December, it starts to feel like you just want to enjoy every single show. You know, give it all you got. Because once it's wrapped up, you'll miss it. You'll feel it. We all feel it. It'll be like, damn, where did that go?
You ready for Austin?
Mm-hmm.
When was the last time you went through there?
It's probably been about 6 or 7 years. But, you know, Austin has proven itself to be a comedy mecca at this point. So we're gonna go chip off a little piece and leave them with a little extra. We are going to Austin, Texas. What are we gonna do, Kels?
We're going to
Kick ass and take.
names.
Adam, what are we gonna do in Austin?
Gonna kick a few asses, take a few names. We're gonna fucking rock.
Only a few.
We get a police escort to the show, and we get a fire truck escort to the airport. By the way, what's your name? Chris. Nice to meet you, Chris. Chris had a visceral reaction. What was it, Chris? You're a paramedic. All right, so you've seen some stuff, Chris. You worked in a rural area. I can't say that word without really slowing it the fuck down. Rural. You worked in a rural area. Rural. Am I saying it right? Rural? Can you just go rural? Rural. You're working in a rural area. Hurts my lips. Chris, so what happened? 2, 3 in the morning. I'm for everybody in the back. All right, you got called about single vehicle accident, right? Guy flipped his car. What kind of car? It was a truck? Yeah, what kind of truck? Ford recall? You got ejected from the truck. You know, when you're running low on toothpaste, Chris just said. This guy got ejected from his truck and he goes, you know when you're running low on toothpaste? When you curl it all the way up, right? And then you try to get that right. But I've never been like, I want to make it like a guy flying out of a truck that he flipped. The truck rolled over him. You could have put your hand in his skull. Did you? No. I don't know, you said it. I could have put my hand in his skull. I don't know if maybe like when no one was around, you're like, no. Wow. That's all crazy enough already.